life on a regular, ayy. But the attacks are perpetual, ayy. Forbidden fruit seems so edible, ayy. You try to resist like elliptical strain. My mama told me it's spiritual, ayy. So I'm under armor like I'm Curry, look. You cannot bear with the boy, yeah. This is not the jungle book. Accuse me, no he would. I'm just covered by the blood. Thinking about the way that they get you serpent crushing like Valentine. Take a seat with the mission, cost me to finish with. Don't try to slide in my DM. OJ Simpson with the defense. Leg of fire saying the end last weekend, but not today. Say.
Speak of the devil, ayy. I think I know where he lives, ayy. I think he in politics, ayy. I think you getting my drift, ayy. Yeah, I think he made the Explore page. I seen him at my last court date. I'm asking Lord, give me more faith. It's cold in these streets like a North Face, ayy. Gotta keep my face north and I know my day short. So I stay woke, never days off. Cause he will never taking no days off. Roll there, big fella, don't try it. Get that corn on my face, you know I'm on a diet. And I'm treating all of your lie like United. That just ain't flying, not today, say.
Yeah, I know your ways. Already read all your plays. Yeah, I think I'm booked for tomorrow. Yeah, and today just ain't your day. Hey, hey, I see you feeding they hate. See the bodies that you take. We do not break, never no breaks. Bitterness plays on top of your cake. Come and see me body. Ooh, my squad too deep. Got it covered like Newsweek. Yeah, kicking these fat like Bruce Lee. Yeah, in front of them we use like UV. UV. Son gotta shine, Lord, use me. Hit him with the ooh. Girl, my shit, don't let him fool you. He bring up your past, boy, bring up his future. We not confused. We not confused. Your name is racist, hatred graces. All disgraces traces straight to your engagement to face the nature. Back to
not today, amen. Hey everybody, this is your girl Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, and the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah, talati dotty, every darn body under the sound of my voice. You know I'm the Oprah, the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, everybody gets a smooch. What's going on, y'all? Hey. God rising, family, positive vibes, conflict resolution, spiritual enlightenment. You rock, boo. You rock. Thank you. What's up, auntie? Okay, now. On the way to work. All right. Try not to work too hard. In the clouds, heading out in the streets. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you, boo. That's my little brother right there, JB, on the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Okay, y'all, let's get into it. First of all, Lolo, girl, I had a Dunkin' Donuts caramel cold coffee, and I think I'm on, I don't know, but my energy level is through the roof. It's caramel. It's through the roof. And it was cheaper than my frappe at McDonald's. So I was like, because I was going to McDonald's, missed my turn. I went to one McDonald's, their machine didn't work. And I told them, y'all machine don't never work. Y'all need to close down. I hate y'all. So then, after I did all that, because I was, didn't have my coffee in me. And when I don't have my coffee in me, a hug can turn into a headlock at any moment. I'm gonna hug somebody and end up just choking them out. So therefore, yeah. So anyway, I wrote on, down, and I'm like, I missed my turn for the other McDonald's I was going to, and said, well, oh, look at here, we got a Dunkin' Donuts over here. I'm gonna try to do a Lolo today and go to Dunkin' Donuts. Pulled up to the drive-through, didn't know what the heck to order, and I happened to say, look, my friend talks about y'all coffee all the time. Y'all cold coffee. Y'all got something that just got caramel. I want something with caramel. She said, yeah, we got ice and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll take your caramel ice. I need it sweet, please, and thank you. But I also need the coffee strong. She said, I got you. Come around. And yeah, that was, for a large one, was $4.40 and some change. And that wasn't too bad considering my frappe is almost $6. Okay, and my baby boy sponsored my coffee today. So let me just tell y'all can scan the little barcode if you would like to sow a seed into me for some coffee. And if so, I appreciate you, honey. I really, really do. If not, you can always the Cash App is rolling across the screen. You can do that. Either way, I appreciate you. Okay, so let's get into this so we won't be here all day, because I told y'all this coffee got me on 39, and I feel like I can do a whole lot of stuff today. Okay, I was gonna go to Planet Fitness after I had my little tune up, my medical tune up I get, during the week. But I went to, I got that coffee now, and I'm like, y'all hear I'm rambling. Okay, anyway, let's move forward. I want to show y'all something. Now, I did had to redo my title because I left off something and then I misspelled something. Yeah, no, it just is what it is. Pray for me. So I redid it. So let's go here. Did y'all know this right here? Let me make sure y'all can see it. Oh. Okay, here we go. There go. The devil is. That is a plantation, y'all. Another one up in smoke. That's another plantation. Let me see, Colorama Mansion, a former slave plantation in Washington, D.C., mysteriously caught on fire twice this week. Now, if the ancestors is trying to tell people that it ain't time for them to try to come for us because this is our time, I'm all for it. But if it's other people trying to erase the history of slavery, because we got to look at this at all angles, y'all. Because remember, for a while they was removing the generals and everything that led to the slavery charge and all of that. Ulysses S. Grant, they was taking out all them statues, remember, and everything, and everybody was like, yeah, remember, yeah. But you always got to look at your adversary. You always got to pay attention to your enemy. Your enemy never does things that's going to help you. Think about that. That's just like when people, like the cotton gin, okay? When the man made the cotton gin, they said that the slave owner is the one that made the cotton gin. There is never going to be a time when your oppressor wants to make your burden lighter. Let's get that straight. Okay, so you should have known it wasn't the owner, but just back then in slavery, y'all, the slaves couldn't own nothing without the owner putting their name on it. You understand what I'm saying? So the slave can come up with something, but because they was under Mr. Johnson or Mr. Smith or whoever, that's whose name got put on it, and it was considered his machine or his invention. Okay, half of people couldn't even read Having people that got their name on stuff, if you asked them what was the conception for it, they couldn't even tell you because they lied. Okay, any chew, and that's why you know what's hidden comes out eventually, right? So again, burn, baby, burn, baby, burn that mother down. Okay. So just in case, I'm just saying we always got to look at both sides of the coin, okay? Because on one side, it could be another thing of the ancestors. Then on the other side, it could be our adversary, our old oppressors trying to erase history. Because if you don't see it, then did it really happen? Think about it. That's what they're trying to say. If you have no proof that slavery existed, did it really happen? Servitude. Servitude is totally different from slavery. The acts of it is the same, meaning you work for somebody, okay? But slavery is when somebody is forced to do, okay? Servitude is when you get paid and taken care of to do. See how that works? So with people trying to talk about it was servitude, no, 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 no. We ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna lie, Craig. No, we not gonna lie, okay? Can't be doing that. All right. So it's a lot of times. We're gonna move on to the next thing, okay? Y'all, it's a lot of times I come on here and I say different things, and people be like, she keeps saying that that's word, that's Bible, that's Bible. I don't know. I ain't never, okay? So let me help you out. That's why I said we're gonna do a little quick Bible study today, okay? Let me hope you in my granddaddy's voice. Let me hope you, okay? Let me see. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna help you, okay? I'm pulling it up as we speak. Hold on. Let's get it. And thank you all for giving me good kudos with my two grandkids. Y'all seen the picture that I posted yesterday. Them are my boo-boos, y'all. I swear. That's John P. Key right there, okay? Anyway, my boo-boos, I'm so proud of them. They both got scholarships. They both got the, what's that, summa cum laude. They both got summa cum laude. They got the tassels. They had like, out of 6 tassels, they had 5. When I tell y'all and they went to 2 different schools. My babies did the dang thing, and I'm so excited, y'all. There was a curse running rapid in my family. Can I tell y'all one of the main curses that used to run rapid in my family? Y'all ready? You ready? You ready? One of the main curses that used to run rapid in my family is teenage pregnancy. Okay? Teenage pregnancy. My mother was a certain age when she got pregnant. I was a certain age when I got pregnant. Her mother was a certain age when she got pregnant, so on and so on. And I made up my mind. I said, you know what? This would not happen to my grandkids. Okay? Would not happen to my grandkids. And to be honest, it didn't happen to my kids because they were actually 18, but I knew I didn't want it to happen to my grandkids. I told y'all, all you got to do is shake your family tree and see what nut comes out. Okay. If it happens in every generation and sometimes it's the I can't help it and all that and stuff, that's a generational curse. Okay. I wanted my grandkids to have a better start in everything than I did. All right. Another thing that used to run rapid in my family, on both sides of my family, y'all, I'm being honest with you, is molestation and rape. Okay. And incest. All of those. All the things. Okay. All the things like that. Rape, molestation, and incest. And thank you, Jesus, that curse has been killed. And I turned towards both of I always tell my kids I'm proud of them. But yesterday, sitting there and just watching my grandson come in and everything, I turned around and looked at my daughter, and she looked at me real funny, like, Mama, why are you staring at me? And I just waited and said, I'm proud of you. And I can tell it hit her. And she said, thank you. I said, I'm very proud of you. You did it, boo. You did it. And she dropped her head. She said, whew, Mama, thank you. She said, I only got 4 more to go. I cracked up. I said, okay, you would take this moment, but I am very proud of my children. I really am. Do they do everything that I want them to do? Heck, you didn't either. I didn't either. You know what I'm saying? But I always wanted to give them something to stand on to reach their next goal. I always thought about that next generation. I'm like, if I can go through this way, my children don't have to, and my grandkids never will have to see this curse. Okay. And so to see my grandson walk proudly and been honored by the state of Kentucky for some stuff. And I mean, they had a big old to do dinner for him and things of that nature. And him to be so respectful and not have any kids as a teenage dad, you know what I'm saying? And all this stuff. I'm proud. I am very proud. I'm a proud grandmother, but I'm more thankful to God for killing the curse that was trying to go through our family. Hi, Larry. I'm about to go in the house and get ready for Lord. Oh, you got to be back at work at 2. They changed your hours. They changed your hours. You used to don't have to be there at 4. Now you got to be there at 2. Okay, get you some rest. You can text me. Get you some rest. Okay, anyway, y'all. But I'm just saying, IJS, just to be blessed and thankful. My baby girl, for her to reach her senior year, not have any children, not been touched. You gotta just thank God when you can. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I don't expect anybody else to understand how I feel. But when that's something that runs rapid in your bloodline and a whole generation is successful with it not happening, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. So I always come on here and I tell y'all my story, tell y'all my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nobody else to talk about because, when you talk about other people, they get mad. So I talk about me and I don't care what you think. You feel me? So, that's just it just is what it is. I'm straight up no chaser. I don't care what you think, you know. I'm harder on me than anybody else could ever be. That's a blessing and a curse for me. Anytime a job wanted to hire me, that's the first thing I lead with. I'm more harder on myself than you could ever be. I am my own worst critic. Because I am a stickler for things. I like things a certain way. Okay, I am a true Libra. I'm a true Libra. We like things the way we like them, and if we change anything, it means we love you. It means we love you because when we in a routine, when we got our stuff the way we got it, don't change my stuff. Okay, I don't care. If I had that pillow on the left side of the couch, I don't want to come home and it's on the right side of the couch. I had it on the left side for a reason. See, that's how we are. Seriously. We like what we like. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you get a Libra to change anything about them, they kind of care about you a little bit. Okay. You working on in. So any chew. All right, let's go to this thing. So let me give y'all ready? Y'all ready for this scripture? Okay. Proverbs 17 and 13. Let me post it in the chat. Hold on. Let me just get the whole thing. Hold on. I'm standing in the need of a blessing. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Do I have choir rehearsal tonight? I'm gonna have to text and see. I told y'all I was asked to. We're gonna do a project, a CD, and I was asked to be in this choir that's about to do a CD and everything. So I'm honored and blessed that the person would ask me if I would be a part of it, and I said yes, 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 yes. So hold on. Okay, hold on, because this thing wouldn't act right. But I'm a text and see if we have rehearsal today. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. All right, I put it on this one. Let me see. Let me highlight it. Okay, right there. All right, so y'all ready? I just highlighted it, and let me refresh this screen so I can see it on my bigger computer. Okay. For he who returns evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. Okay. If you repay evil for good, a curse is upon your home. So I know a lot of times people say to me, uh, like if it's on YouTube, they'll say Creole or Coco, whichever. If you knew me for a long time, you know I'm Coco. If you just learned me the last couple of years, you know I'm Creole. But some people like this person said this, and why ain't you say, and this person did it, why ain't you, and I'm like, mm-mm. And I still treat them kind because I know the word. When you know the word and you walk the word and you live the word and you try everything you can to be obedient, okay, you don't deal with people the same way people deal with you because you don't have to fight. God fights for you. And so when I tell y'all I don't fight back, and I'm being honest with y'all, sometimes I really want to do what I can do, okay? Because don't get it twisted. Just because I don't fight don't mean I can't. Okay. Trust me, I got a name in the street. Just because I decided not to fight with my fists or whatever, don't mean I can't. But what I've learned is my prayer is much harder and more effective than my fist. I'm gonna say that again. My prayer, the way that me and God deal with each other, and the way we talk to each other, that's more effective, okay, than my fist. And it's funny because my mama said one day she's talking to me, and she's talking about a certain situation. She said, "They better be lucky you don't pray on them." She said, "Because I know for a fact your prayers is lethal, and I've seen them manifest." She said, "There's not been one time that you haven't prayed that your stuff didn't manifest." So a lot of times, y'all, I don't fight because of this scripture right here. When I've done good to you, remember I told y'all there was a person that gave me their butt to kiss, and I hadn't did anything, and I was just really nice to them, really good to them. I always said stuff, but they gave me their butt to kiss, and I said that hurt me. That hurt me. I didn't fight back, but that hurt. And I said, but I know God is whooping them. This is what I'm standing on. I know for a fact. I know for a fact that God is turning them up. Anytime somebody does good to you, you repay them nasty, or you repay them evil for the good that they do, it tells you a curse shall never leave your house. You wonder why a lot of people, you be like, dang, every time you turn around, seem like this bad thing is happening. And I'm like, what's up, Stump Down? Let me see, watching while it works, sweetie, going through. Okay, baby. All right, Taco Bell. Enjoy, boo. Yeah, and don't forget to go sub to Stump Down. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know if Auntie Melissa still has her channel or not, but she's a content creator as well. Y'all go sub to her. But yeah, anytime you mistreat somebody that does you good, they do you good and you repay them with evil. That's what happens. It's scripture right there. So now y'all don't have to wonder, am I pulling it out of my butt? Because y'all be like, she just be making up stuff. No, I don't. No, I do not. Okay, I do not. I stand on the word. Am I perfect? Heck no. You pick me on the right day at the right time, I might cuss you out. Seriously. Yeah, I'm an honest preacher. Okay. Now I don't. Let me just say that. But it's not like I'm above it. Now, do I handle my affairs like a heck no? Because it's hard. What is it? A wounded soul is hard to win. When you find somebody that you have wounded, however, it's kind of hard to win them to Christ because they remember what you did to them. Okay. So a lot of people on YouTube that don't like a certain person because they see how this person is and they wonder how you a preacher and you've done this and said this and did this. Okay, that's wounded spirits. It's hard to win a wounded spirit. So I'm always trying to watch how I respond to people, what I say to people, and I have my moments. Honey, I've been on several panels and go, Oh, Lord, please give me strength to keep shutting up, because you know that, because sometimes I got to talk to myself. What's up, Shaker Boo? She's another content creator. Y'all don't forget to go over and give her a click in the view and sub if you haven't. Her name is HLIC Room Shaker. But yeah, y'all. So, mm-mm, mm-mm. And like I said, with two of my grandkids graduating from high school yesterday, one graduated last year. Those pictures came up today. I was like, dang, it is a year to the day that he graduated, and everything. And then another picture came up of my baby girl 4 years ago. She graduated. And all these graduation is just letting me know time is moving. Time is not standing still for nobody. Time is moving. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, you know, and let me encourage somebody. If it's something you always wanted to do, okay, and you keep putting it off, when will you work on your dreams? Okay, I'm gonna say it again. If it's something you always wanted to do, whether it's go back to school, whether it's take up a trade, whether it's to start your own company, whether it's to open up an icy house, whether it's to sell fish dinners every other Friday, whatever the case may be, okay, time is not waiting on anybody. If you're waiting for everything to line up, it's not going to. Tell y'all what happened. We just got word yesterday that this young lady, she was 30, 33, 30, somewhere along the line. And she is the video person for my spiritual brother's church. He's a pastor. She does the video for them. They just got a call yesterday that she passed away. She wasn't even sick. 30. Think about that. So, me encouraging you, whatever it is, and let me tell you, the people who you think is going to be the ones to support you 9 times out of 10 will not be. You got to be open to know that if mama them and brother them and sister them and cousin them and best friend them, if they don't come through and support you, you got to be open to know that they just may not. But be open to know that there is somebody out there that will support you. And all the times the support don't come from people. Thank you. Just all the time we got to know that where we think the support comes from, it may not ever come from them. Matter of fact, they may be on the other end talking about, girl, why you doing that? Girl, that ain't gonna make no money. Boy, that ain't gonna make you no money. Why you doing that? I wouldn't do that if I was you. You always got them people that if they were you type of people, it's all they ever say. If I was you, well, you're not. You're not me. You're not me at all. What I want to do this summer, and I'm only taking a survey of my area. I really want to open up me an icy house this summer. And I've been doing research on different ices. Like I want to sell pops, like the old lady in your neighborhood when you was growing up. They had the dollar candy and the little icy cups and all this and stuff, pickles and stuff. That's what I want to do. For real. Because that's a good way to meet some more kids in your area and everything, and all that stuff. I really do. And I'm trying to see how I'm going to price some stuff because I want to have 2 cups. I want a regular cup, that's the clear cups. I want them to be a quarter. But the big cups, the big white styrofoam cups, I want them to be like 75 cents. Okay. But some of the ices going to have fruit in them. Some of them not. And then I'm going to have the pops. Okay. The generic pops, they can get for 50 cents. 40 cents. And then the regular pops, like the Pepsis, the Coke and stuff like that, they can get for 50 cents. I am really studying my prices. Okay. The pickles is going to be 50 cents. The real big pickles, I'm going to charge 50 cents for those. And everything. And see, me and my late husband, we started out cooking because both of us can cook. So we actually started doing dinners every other Friday, right? We would have chicken wings and fish dinners. chicken wing, fish dinners. Your sides was either macaroni and cheese, baked beans, greens, or green beans. I would rotate. One week would be greens, next week would be green beans. Okay. We also had, I made my own tartar sauce. We would have hot sauce, and everything. And we used to get a lot of dinners. Companies would call us because, word of mouth got out. And companies will call us and be like, can y'all deliver? We'll pay y'all extra, $5 or $10 if y'all can deliver. Can you have them here at this time and all this and stuff? And we used to make a killing for a while. Then all of a sudden, somebody that we knew started trying to do what we was doing, but they started trying to do what we was doing by throwing salt on our name. How many of y'all know they're not even doing it no more? They didn't last as long as we did. We just got to a point where we felt like it wasn't benefiting us anymore and it wasn't fun. We were doing it because it was fun. We liked to cook. People loved our food, and all this and stuff. And I've had people even ask me lately, are you going to ever cook again and sell dinners? Man, y'all food was thunder. And I'm like, it's just a headache. It's a headache for me now because, one, my husband's gone. And he used to deliver the dinners when I cooked them. He would already do his portion of his famous baked beans and, all this and stuff. And everything that we cooked, we made to order. So if you order chicken from us, you ain't have to worry about the chicken being there for an hour. No, you order chicken. We dropped your chicken, baby. And as soon as it came out and we fixed your box, it was out the door. Because I don't like leftover chicken like that either. And I'm paying right now prices. I've been doing research on trying to get the cost down. Seems to be the issue with workers' compensation. Okay. I see. Seem to be only able to get application from individuals 50 plus. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, hopefully you'll find something that will help you do that and everything. Just keep working at it. Keep working at it. Eventually you'll bump into somebody who, they'll tell you something or another. I also wanted to start my own temporary company, and but I wanted to specialize for people who got a record. I wanted to be able to place people who got a record, those that's coming out of rehabs or things of that nature, and they would have to come in each week and do a test to make sure that they still clean, and all this stuff. And I believe in second chances. And so I did start researching on that. I haven't finished it yet, but I did research on that. I have so many ideas, y'all. One idea I know for a fact that if I ever get a chance to get a patent, I will be a millionaire 10 times over. I already know. And, I'm holding on to that because I just believe somehow, some way, I'm going to be able to get this patent sometime between this year and next year. I've been holding on to this idea for about 15 years. About 15 years I've been holding on to it. This idea came to me one day when I was reading my Bible. And that's what was so funny. And I told my late husband, I was like, check this out. He was like, whoa, it is a good idea. I'm like, yeah, let me look into it. So when I looked into it, to have it patent was 10 grand. You couldn't get no loan for it or nothing like that, And so I'm like, well, I just hold on to it. I did get it copywritten though. I do have it copywritten, but I don't have a patent. But I just believe somebody gonna sew into me, and I'm gonna be able to get that patent. And I can't wait to go and sit down in front of these companies, because I already know, baby, they gonna try their best to buy me out, and I'm gonna give up majority of it. I am. I only want 10% of the company. I'll settle for 7. Okay, I'll settle for 7% of the idea. I'm gonna ask for 10, but I'll settle for 7, and then each month I want a certain amount on the money. Whatever they take in each month is a certain amount I want each month. Oh yeah, you ain't dealing with no dummy. I ain't giving up everything and y'all pay me one lump sum. And my glasses just broke. I'm gonna have to take these and get them fixed. Oh man. Yeah, y'all give me one lump sum and then y'all think that's gonna, be all good. No, ma'am, no ham, no sandwich. I need a monthly stipend. And I still need 7% of the stakeholder. Oh yeah. Daggone it. I'm gonna have to take these and get these fixed. I don't know how this broke. Unless it broke in my purse yesterday and I'm just now seeing it. Because this fell straight off my shirt. Ugh. Come on. Oh, I fixed it. I snapped it back on. Cool beans. I'm smarter than what I thought. Let me see. But anyway, y'all. So yes. Just to let y'all know, the Bible study today was me letting you guys know why I don't fight. Okay. It ain't that I can't fight. I just don't fight. Okay. And to show y'all what scripture I actually stand on for that. Would you be willing to accept mothers and several sons, EBT abusers, Section 8 violators? I'm looking into felon release single mothers' house. Yes. Yep. That's why I said second chances, because you know what? A lot of us have done stuff that wasn't right. Just a lot of us didn't get caught. It ain't that we've never done it. We just didn't get caught. That's all. You know. And so I try not to look my nose down on anybody. Okay. Because, baby, if you only knew, and I tell some of that stuff over here, but if people only knew the half of it, they'd be like, what? Now, I'm not that person now, but I ain't always been squeaky clean. I ain't always hung with people that was squeaky clean. Some of my best friends and best memories was those that was in the ditch. Those that, just like the movie that my daddy was in, the first movie my daddy was in. The dude who backed that movie was a big time dope dealer. Big time dope dealer. And me and him are cool to this day. I would never tell his name, but we are very much cool to this day. And I won't say whether or not he's still in the occupation, but I will say we still cool to this day. You know. So yeah. But y'all, for real, as long as you're able to look at you in the mirror, that's all that matters. If it ever becomes a time when you don't like what you see, not because of your physical aspect, but because of how you carry yourself, that's letting you know you need to fine tune and change some stuff. I'm one of them that always wanted my kids to have a better life than I did. So I did things differently to put them on a good step. Like I said, they stepped on my back to reach their goals. And that's what a parent's supposed to do. Just because you messed up, and maybe your mama didn't, whatever, your daddy didn't, whatever, when you concerned, you don't ever start your kids off behind the eight ball. You always give them a chance. You always say, you know what? Okay, mama, you didn't do this with me. You treated me like this. I'm going to make sure mines know I love them. Let me tell y'all something. And this is the truth. One thing my mom never did for me when I was younger, she never hugged me. And I know y'all going to be like, what? She never hugged me. I do not remember my mama hugging me. So imagine me with my children. And I realized before they became grown, I realized that I don't hug my kids. And it's not intentionally, you're like, oh, you did good. Oh, and you know how kids wrap themselves around your legs or whatever. It felt odd to me. And I would, hug them like that as a baby. But as they got older and stuff, I realized that. So what I started doing is over hugging my children. To kill that feeling, I start over hugging them. Anytime I seen them, I throw my arms around. They go, Mama. I'm like, what? I kiss them on their jaw, and stuff like that. To where that's normal for them. They hug each other, hug their kiss each. I had to break that curse. But it's still, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all ready? It still feels odd to me. It still feels odd. And again, that's because I didn't get that from my mother. Now, don't get it wrong. I love my mama. She loved me. I just didn't get that. She wasn't that type. Now, my grandmother, absolutely. My grandmother hug you, honey. She was one of them creep up on you huggies. Sometimes you you be in the refrigerator trying to get something to drink. Next thing you know, somebody gonna hug you. You like, what the? You know, it was my grandmother. She always showed affection. I don't know how my mama didn't get that. I really don't. And I be wondering about that sometimes. How did she not get that hugging, affectionate type of stuff? But her mama had it. So I needed to change that because I didn't want another generation to come along where we don't show each other affection. That's not normal. I know sometimes as Black people, we make things normal, but that's not normal. And I didn't want that to be normal, especially with my kids and they kids. No, we're going to be lovers and huggers and all that type of stuff. We're going to do all the things. Okay. So, yeah, some things is, some of y'all have been picked out y'all have been picked on to be picked out, meaning that you like, why I always got to be the one? Because God has picked you to make a difference, to change some stuff. You the one. So you can either fight it or embrace it. The more you fight it, the worse it gets. Once you start to embrace it, it becomes second nature. You know, like I said, shake your family tree and see what nut comes out. Once you see what nut comes out, then you'll understand why situations is the way that they are. And then you can make a difference. Let me tell you, I have an auntie who I always told everybody I would make sure that she got saved because my auntie wasn't saved. My auntie is and was Medea, except now Medea is saved, okay? But Medea still take her pistols to church. Don't get it twisted. Like she told me, God knows how slow she's going, and he's okay with that. And I'm like, as long as you and God got an understanding, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? But to see my auntie, who's like my mama, to see my auntie give her life to God and know that that she needs something more than what she was doing because she was a pimpstress. I guess that's what you call it, a pimp. She had like women on the street corners and stuff, and they would pay her. Yeah, she that type. She would go gamble with the men. She the only woman over gambling with the men, and they knew she was more ruthless than most of the men over her. So nobody tried to rob her because they know. Okay, if my auntie told you, "I'm gonna get you," that's exactly what she meant. It may not be today, and it may not be tomorrow, but when red roll up on you, you got it. Seriously. She done did stints in penitentiary. She did stints in several penitentiaries, and one of them, her and the warden made an agreement, okay? And she was, yeah, she still made her money, and she made the warden some money too. To where when she got out of penitentiary, if she needed money for anything, she called him and he sent her whatever she needed. See, that's what I'm talking about. So just imagine my surprise when she told my mama, tell my baby, I need her there when I get baptized. Because she prayed me in. Yes, so I was so happy for her. And then she only had three biological boys. One of them got murdered a while ago, mistaken identity. Another one, the other one I told you about, that his daughter had to go to the school and tell them that her daddy hadn't got off the couch in almost a day and a half because her mama was too stupid to realize if he ain't moved nor changed positions, something's wrong with him. And so the police and the ambulance met my little cousin getting off the school bus so they can go in the house and check on my cousin, her daddy. And then they end up rushing him to the ER because he went into a diabetic coma and passed away. So there was two sons. She only got one son left, and now he doing fed time. And she got adopted kids, and they out in the street, and everything. But her biological, she only got one left. So She realized she needed something more than what she was doing, and I'm just grateful that she found God. Sometimes it takes us to lose everything before we get it together. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. I have a checker patch, y'all. My family is, yeah, baby. We some checker passes over here. Okay, we ain't always been good. Even the good ones ain't always been good. You feel me? They ain't been as bad as most, but they ain't always been good. But I think that's the great story about the God we serve. It's because if you look in the Bible, everybody who was anything big in the Bible was not perfect. You know, I know y'all done heard it. Noah was a drunk, but God still chose him to start the generations over again, to start new life, to build the ark, you know. And think about this, y'all. You know how Orc kept on saying it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. Them people had never seen rain. Think about that. Here's a man saying he's building something for something they had never seen. And he said it for years. And as he built this thing, they laughed. They laughed at him, his sons, laughed at all of them. Because one, what's rain? What are you talking about? What's rain? So that's why I want to go back to where I came from when I told you whatever you want to do it, because there will always be somebody telling you if you was there, if they were you, what they wouldn't do. It's gonna always be somebody laughing at you, pointing fingers, okay? Because they never seen it done, therefore it can't be done. That's what they feel. You ever seen people who they don't want to be great, but they don't want you to be great either? Yeah. And sometimes y'all greatness, it's just paying your bills on time. I paying them all up in the same month. Getting your credit up. Sometimes that's just the thing that you want to do. And that to you, that's greatness. And that's fine. Especially if you come from a family of people who don't care nothing about credit, ain't never had credit, got bad credit, ain't never owned nothing. So your thing that you want to do is to be better and more diligent when it comes to having credit cards, having your credit, buying land, whatever the case may be. Is something you that's passionate to you that you want to do. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. Stay focused. Sometimes you have to cut some people off you may have been close with all your life. Sometimes you got to shake it off and keep going, because if they're not going to go where you're going, they're a hindrance. They'll weigh you down. They'll stop you. There's a content creator I'm constantly praying for who lost her son to a disease while she was locked up for selling weed. Oh, and forever blood and forever blood element. I pray she receives salvation. I know that's right, honey. Tell her about my channel. Tell her come on over here. Shoot, because that's the main thing we do over here. We do many more things. I talk about many more things, but today I felt led to just do a little brief Bible study, and everything. But yeah. And I always give this, so I'm going to give it again. Anybody who needs a healing in their body, what you need to do is go to Psalms, that's in the Old Testament, 103, and read 1 through 5. Put your name where necessary, okay? Psalms 103, 1 through 5. Read that as many times as you feel until you get a release. You ain't even got to read it all day, every day. But anytime you feel the need to read that and put your name in it, that's what you should do. Okay? Everybody that I've given that to, whatever they were going through, they're not going through it no more. So again, that's Psalms 103, 1 through 5. Okay? So yeah. And if they're not totally healed from it, they don't have no residue of it. Meaning, if they have no energy now, they got energy. They don't know why. If their blood count was low, now it's high, but they don't know why. Like subtle changes like that, but changes nevertheless you can feel. I take good changes over no changes at all. Okay. So y'all know anybody who needs healing and everything. First of all, if they don't believe in God, they got to get saved because the word only works for those that know the word. What I mean by that is that know God, has received God. That's what the word is for. Okay, that type of word. There's two types of word. One is for correction, okay, and the other one is for benefits. Right now, if you don't believe in God, then you can't say none of His benefits. You can't even claim none. See how that works? Most people ain't gonna tell you the truth like this. I don't want you to waste your time at all. You know, what you can do, you can always let me see if this will let me put this in here. Because we almost out of here. Dang you, Lolo. Yeah, Lolo told me about Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and that's what I got today instead of my frappe from McDonald's. And I am on one, okay? Like, I'm on one. So I blame Lolo, okay? I can't blame nobody but low to the low to the Lolo. She did it. I was like, let me just try what Lolo told me about. Let me go over here and try it. And honey, that coffee with all that caramel in it, I couldn't even finish it all. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what? Anyway, y'all. But yeah, shake your family tree. Just at your leisure while you're sitting there watching TV, your favorite YouTuber, whatever you're doing. Think about it. What is it that most of the people in my family struggle with? What is it? What's the thing that Grandpa struggled with? Uncle Festa, Aunt Lulabelle, Ain't Trudy, cousin Bob, uh, cousin Melissa. I mean, just think about it. What is something that most of the people in your family has struggled with or is struggling with? Once you look at that, that is a curse that came through the bloodline. And a lot of times, okay, a bloodline curse is up to the fourth generation. So you have to count to see, like, how far back can you go? Some say 10 generations, all right? But all it takes is one person to be obedient to cancel the curse. That's it. Now, somebody can reunite the curse again by going back, picking it up. Okay? IJS. So, yeah. So, what time is it? Okay. All right, y'all. Like I said, it has been a pleasure. A pleasure. And y'all know, like I said, if you do want to be a blessing to me, you can uh, scan my page and everything because I got the little bar thing up there. You can scan it. It won't give me your information unless your information is whatever. And I don't. What can I do with it? I want to be blessed. You ain't never got to worry about me doing no stuff like that. Not me, because I don't care enough about people to do nothing. And I know it sounds hard, especially about me being a minister. I mean what I'm saying though. I don't care enough about people to try to find out where they live, how they live, I don't care. I don't. You know. I'm too busy trying to focus on me and mine and trying to make sure we good and trying to make sure that I don't have time for all that. I really don't. I'm 50 something for a reason, okay? I am. You know, a lot of people are struggling, smoking weed while going back and forth to the county while attempting to raise children. Your opinion, do tell. Okay, so it just depends. Anything that has the I can't help it, that's what I call it. The cravings, the I can't help it. Anything that has control over you like that, meaning that means that you need to cut that off. Okay, you need to cut it out. And for that, I always give. Is it Psalms? Hold on. I'm a Psalms person. I don't know why. Hold on. Even when I was a therapist, a Christian therapist. Yes, I got a doctorate degree. That's why my name is Doctor. Uh, I used to give Psalms 51, starting at the 10th verse, okay, 10 through 19. And one of the things, the number 10th verse says, created me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Okay. That's what needs to happen. The mind needs to be renewed as well as the spirit. And the only way that they can be done is if you get help from above. Okay. A lot of people got the I can't help it. That's a way of life for them. That's how they cope, and that's only because there's a breakdown somewhere. You have to really go back and see how did this start, where did this start, address that first. Okay. Just like this, like I told y'all, I started being molested when I was 8 years old. Then I started getting raped when I was 13 years old. Okay. And then after that, I was 15. All right. So as an adult, yes, my age was 20 something. Okay. But part of me stopped when I was 8 years old. So in order for me to really get healthy and happy and whole, I had to go back and address my 8 year old self, forgive my 8 year old self because it wasn't my fault. Okay. Also, heal my 8 year old self. Then I had to move to 13. I had to tell that person, forgive me. It wasn't my fault, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what I'm saying is you have to be able to face that thing that caused you to gravitate to something else because there's a reason why. There's always a reason. It's a cause and effect. There's a reason why. You have to be able to face that. And until a person can really face whatever that trauma was that stopped them, sometimes it's a loss of a parent, sometimes, it's a car accident, whatever the case is, you have to be able to face that. Once you face that, it'll start the healing process. And then you won't need to gravitate to other things as a patch, as a crutch, you know. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say. I don't think anybody should smoke weed in front of their kids, though. I really don't. I don't think a parent should take a child's innocence. Let them be kids. They got all the time in the world as long as the Lord delay his coming to grow up. When you start to do stuff, adult stuff in front of kids, just like I don't like when adults call their kids out of their name. Come here, you little mother ucker. I'ma beat your mother up. You little itch, get over here. I can't. If you really want me to, scratch and sniff. If you really want to get on my bad side, let me hear you call your child out of her name, out his name. Some of these people start growing up thinking that their name is little mother ucker. And then you want to know why they go to school and they don't listen to the teacher when the teacher say, Shannon, have a seat. Shannon, have a seat. Shannon, have a seat. Shannon, did you hear me? Have a seat. Because you know why? When they go home, their name is Little Mother Ucker. Let me go. See, y'all gonna be pissed at me. They smoke weed with an adult child. Adults, I can't talk about that because I don't know. Like I wouldn't, and I haven't, which I don't smoke, but I have smoked. But did I ever want to do it with my adult kids? Absolutely not. Because I feel like it still needs to be a line between parent and child. Now there was a lot of my friends whose parents was like, y'all do it in the house. I don't want y'all to do it outside. And so their parents knew that they were smoking weed and all that because they want them to do it in the house. I just got this respect factor with my mom to where only thing I have did with my mother is like if we went out to eat and like if it's a celebration or something like that, I might have a margarita. That's it. But other than that, I cannot. There's a level I feel like kids shouldn't get too familiar with their parents. It's the thing called familiarity. I feel like we don't need to get because see the next thing you'll want to do is hit me. You'll want to smack me and all this type of stuff. Now, we won't do that. Because you'll have a bullet somewhere, Yeah. So, no, we're not going to do that. And, like, I have a daughter who is gay. same gender loving, whatever. And I told you I got one that's confused. She dated a man, she dated a boy, then started dating a woman, then got engaged to a dude, and then he passed away. So now she's just by herself. So I tell her she's confused. Whichever way she want, whatever. She's still my daughter. But then my baby girl, thank you, boo. My baby girl, she honey, she straight up and tell you she's gay. She's like, I don't want no man. And I call her girlfriend my bonus daughter and everything. And I know for a fact that uh, I think that relationship is gonna change. And I see it changing now, but I'm gonna wait because see, my daughter, believe it or not, is called to preach. And I know her because I raised her. She's not gonna preach while she's feeling like she's doing something against what God said in the word. But I know she's called a minister, and she's kind of told me that, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So I do see their relationship changing, you know. But we'll see. But now, as far as my adult kids, I've never, I don't. Whoever do it, it's on you. I just when you know better, you do better. That's it. When you know better, you do better. You know. And a lot of people hate that because they always feel like when people say that, are you putting me down? No, it's you're feeling convicted. You're feeling convicted because somewhere in you, you don't feel like it's right. So with me saying this further makes you feel some type of way because you know you should be doing it. So Yes, 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 y'all. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Stump down said, "Do tell." I love me some stump down. Okay. Anyway, y'all know what time this is, right? You know you are my babies, and I always tell y'all that no matter what the test, always, always, always do your best, right? All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Smooches. DM, I got a song for you. I didn't know you was here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me stop. DM, I got a song for you. I'm going to pull this song up. Hold on. Stop sharing. Hold on, y'all. This song hit me last night for you. And I'm like, I forgot. I didn't get a chance because I was in the bed and I wasn't going to get up to email you. And then I forgot your number. So I'm like, hold on. When I see him in the chat, I'm going to give him this song. I'm going to give you this song. Hold on. And the other one, I email it since I'm sitting here. But this one, I want you to hear. Hold on. Here we go. I'm going to share it on the screen so you can see it. Anybody else need this song? Y'all can hear it too. But this right here is for the ham. Unless you going through some stuff too. Hold on. Let me straighten this up because it's all crooked. Where is okay, here we go. You just got here. Okay, yes, you're right on time, bro. I was great ending. You came straight in. I gotta show you I gotta let you hear this though. This is for you. When God puts something on my heart for somebody, I have to be obedient. Hold on.
I remember when I told God yes. I was eager to do what He told me to in obedience. Looking out in the crowd, I see eyes closed, tears falling, hands lifted, people praising and worshiping.
Come on. Yes.
They didn't see me. They only saw you. It felt good, but something was missing. See, I'm empty inside.
Thank you, Cynthia.
And I'm wondering why. Will I ever feel what they felt from me? I didn't know the price of yes.
Come on.
Would cost me so much. I've been broken and bruised, wondering will God still use, crying out to you, got nothing left to lose. Father, hear my plea.
That's not me, y'all.
Need you to rescue me, 'cause I'm broken.
Come on.
Anybody broken? I've been broken and bruised, wondering will God still use, crying out to you, got nothing left to lose. Father, hear my plea, need you to rescue me, 'cause I'm broken. I've got something to say, not sure where I start. I'm afraid to begin, it's all falling apart. See, I thought because I was working for you, everything wrong you would undo, but it wasn't quite true.
Come on.
It's hard to admit that I can't feel you like I used to.
Hey.
'Cause I'm in ministry and I'm messed up. I'm confused with no one to talk to. I need a breakthrough. I need a breakthrough. 'Cause this is the thing you've anointed me to do. I'm broken.
Wondering will God still use.
I'm crying out to you. I ain't got nothing left. Father, hear my plea.
Father, hear my plea.
Need you to rescue me. 'Cause I'm broken. Woo.
Oh.
I'm broken. I need you to rescue me. I'm broken. Father, speak a word to me. I'm broken. And I need you. I need you to rescue me. I need you to rescue me. I'm broken. Yes, I am. Father, speak a word to me.
Father, speak the word to me. I'm broken. Anybody ever felt like you've been broken? And you need God to rescue you. Say, I'm broken. Father, speak a word to me. Father, speak the word to me.
This is what he's gonna say. Come on. Got you just like I want you. Sweet God, yes.
Got you just where I need you. Welcome back to the way it used to be. When it was just you and me. I got you just like I want you. Just like I want you. And I got you just like I need you. Got you just where I need you. Welcome back to the place. Welcome back to the way it used to be. When it was just you and me. You and me. Got you just like I want you.
We got you just like we want you, D-Ham.
I see all, I know all, your uprising, your downside. Hey, back where it used to be. It was just you and me. I got you just like I want you. Got you just where I need you. Got you in the hollow of my hand. When it was yours. When it was yours.
You and me.
He's had a broken spirit. Got you just like I want you. A broken and a contrite heart. Got you just where I need you. He won't despise. I got you. Back to the way it used to be. When it was just you and me. When it was just you and me. Got you just like. Got you just like I want you. I got you just like I need you. Just where I need you. I got you broken. Welcome back to the way it used to be. When it was just. When it was just you and me. Cause there's a lie left in you to do for me.
Now that you're broken.
Now that you're broken.
Yes, sir. Hey, come on. Hey, let me stop this. I'm sorry, y'all. Yes, sir. Hey, 300. Hey, Chosen. What's going on? Stump down. Oh, ah. D-Ham, when I tell you God placed you on my heart last night, and he was like, you got to give him this song. And then behind this song, these words are for you. If you stop trying to do it your way and give it to me, I turn it into your ministry. Your misery will become your ministry. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to do it your way. Allow God to be God. He has so much more for you. So much more for you than what you even know. Okay? I ain't gonna get into a whole bunch because some things God show me and talk to me ain't for, me to say. I'm a real prophet. I don't say everything God shows me. But I tell you what, if you stop trying to do it your way and just give it to him. And song was for you. I hope you re-listen to it. You at a good point right now. And I know it don't feel like it. It don't feel good when you broken. It don't feel good because our flesh likes to feel a certain way. We like to feel secure. We like to feel that we got it all together. And sometimes, you know, you gotta break the alabaster box. Remember when the prostitute came in to wash Jesus' feet with her hair and her tears? She also brought a costly oil. The alabaster box had the oil in it where she anointed Jesus' foot. And they got mad at her because they told her, do you know how much that costs? And you gonna put it on his feet? She knew what she took the most humblest spot, the most humble spot there is on a person, which is their feet. That means you in servitude. And sometimes God has to break us, our way of thinking, our way of doing things, the things we're familiar with. He has to break us to get what is in us out of us, especially when it's for him. A lot of times we go to God with our ideas and how we feel like things should go and how this, and God's like, it's not what I have for you. You went that way because this happened and it made you go this way. But that's not what I had for you. I wanted you to go this way. So now that I'm in control of everything because you can't do nothing about it, now you will see what I have for you. Now you're at a point where you have to be obedient. Now I'm going to get the best out of you. And once I get the best out of you, watch what I do for you. There is no, you never serve God and he don't do something better for you. Okay. Chosen, hey, boo. I said, whoever this is for, but I knew God gave me that last night. He said for D Ham. And yes, I know his real name, y'all, but I ain't got to say it on her because we know him as D Ham. You know, he said this is for him. And that word I just gave was for him. But I also said anybody else that this is for, apply it. Because a lot of times, God to put somebody in my face, but it'll be other people too. See, come on, the crumbs fall on the floor. You feel me? You have a piece of bread and the crumbs will fall on the floor. Get the crumbs. There's no way in the world. Honey, when you go to church or whatever, and the preacher, if he's a real preacher, get to saying something to somebody, and you know it fits your situation. Well, I do. Let me talk about me. If it fits my situation, I'm like, I receive that. That's for me and mine. You think I'm gonna let the crumbs fall and I ain't gonna get them? You a lie. You can have the bread. I got the crumbs. We both gonna get this blessing. Sure. Are you fine, boo? My God, today. My God, today. Yeah, let me, because y'all know, I told y'all, I'm a real preacher. I can preach. I can preach right now, but I ain't. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. I did what the Lord said do. It was meant for him to come in here when he came in here, because that was for honey who. Y'all ain't seen the half of it yet. Y'all ain't seen the half of it yet. Y'all have not. Okay, you better preach. There is power in the crumbs. I'm trying to told you. I am trying to told you. There is power in them crumbs. Yes, it is. Because if it's power in the bread, the crumbs got to be anointed too. See, come, Ham, leave me alone. Ye me on. Okay? Don't get me started because you know, I'm just saying. I keep telling y'all, my channel ain't like everybody else's. I can't apologize because I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I just want everybody, like I said, maybe today you wasn't feeling all that, whatever. But hopefully when you leave here, you'll feel a little bit better than what you did when you came here. I always want to give you something to think about or either change your situation for the better. So hopefully I did it today. If you didn't get a chance to hear me from the beginning, please go back and listen to the video, share it with somebody. Yeah, D Ham, y'all don't know. When I tell y'all D Ham got a calling on his life, he really does have a calling on his life. He really does. D Ham, let me tell you something. Let me give you this. I don't think you ever heard this story. Let me tell you this story real quick. It's for everybody too, okay? My brother-in-law, when I first met him, like when we went to Georgia and I met his sister and her husband, that's what I'm talking about, that brother-in-law. I looked at him and I had a conversation with him. I said, you know what? I said, there's a calling on your life. He said, you think so? I said, I know so. I know so. I said, hmm, I could tell you. I said, but it's going to scare you. But just know there's a calling on your life. So we got home and everything. About maybe 3 weeks later, they called us and my husband was like, "Babe," I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm putting on speaker so you can hear it." I said, "Okay." So my brother-in-law, when I was talking to, he said, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I'm being ordained as a deacon." And I said, "Okay, congratulations." I said, "You know, it's not gonna stop there, right?" He got real quiet. I said, "Yeah, it's not gonna stop her." I said, "You actually gonna be a pastor." I said, "But you'll get called. You'll see, because next call you're gonna get is to be a minister." And he said, "No, I don't think I'm gonna be no minister. Deacon is good enough," and blah blah blah. It's okay. About a year, almost 2 years, the day that he was called to be a deacon, when we went back to Georgia, he said, "Guess what?" I said, "You gonna be a minister." He said, "How do you know?" I said, "Didn't I tell you that?" He just shook his head. He said, "I couldn't see that." He said, "But I feel that tugging. I feel the tug." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "But don't get stopped right there because you're gonna be a pastor." He said, "Now that's too much. Now I ain't gonna be no pastor. I ain't nobody's pastor." And the reason why he said it is because this is the brother-in-law who had a $300 a day cocaine habit. Y'all hear me, right? See, God don't care where you at when he pick you up. If you got a call on your life, if he's called you or chosen you to do something, you gonna do it or go up out of here. One of the two. Okay. So anyway, and I'll tell you about that some other day because that story is a miracle. Do you hear me? So anyway, about 3 years after that, I'm gonna say 3 years after that, and I might be giving it too long because it was real close after he became a minister that two churches wanted him to come and preach at their church for a whole month apiece because they was looking for a pastor. And so when we went back down there, he was doing his trial sermon as a pastor of this church, and he went on into pastoring. He's a pastor to this day, but he's opened up his own church now. He built his church from the ground up. He's a pastor in Georgia, a nice pastor too. So when I say God has a calling on your life, I mean that. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Don't let nobody push you into nothing. Just listen to the word and the voice of God. You know God's voice. A lot of people don't, but you do. That's because you spend time with God. You spend time with him. You don't just give him your wish list. You worship him, you praise him, and then you listen to him. You don't treat God like a genie. I'm a rub his bottle, rub his bottle, rub his bottle. Wow. Okay, God, you didn't do it this time. I'm a rub his bottle, rub his bottle. See, God is looking for sons and daughters and not bastards. You don't need the whole sky to be blue. Okay. I feel you. And you know how to get in touch with me. You know how to call me. You know how you know what it is. You know what it is. You know. So you know how to get in touch with me. So mhm. 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 I'm trying to be quiet because really there's words not just for you but for a whole lot of people I could start saying right now, and I have to be honest and see if God want me to prophesy, because if he don't I won't, because I don't want to be in my flesh. So that's why I'm getting quiet so I can settle down, because right now my spirit is very high right now, and it don't take nothing from me just to keep talking and God said blah blah blah, he's showing me blah 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 and blah 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 blah, blah. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that if that's not what he's calling for, you know. But I will say this: some of y'all, you're gonna have to anoint your car. Okay, you're gonna have to anoint your car. Um, just anoint your car. Yeah, anoint your car, and make sure that you do Psalms 91 over your home and your car. But I see some cars, see some things going on with cars. So anoint your car. You know what though? New start, new beginning. Sometimes, and you know what? You said it out of your mouth when we was talking. You said it out of your mouth. You said you was tired. You ready for it to. Remember, I ain't gonna get into all that, but you said it. God knows that. He knows that. He knows that. And you going into your new start, new beginning. And when you get into it, you're gonna look back like, wow, I should have did this a long time ago. One of the things that God is gonna cause you to do, you're gonna, and I think He's already been speaking to you about it, and it has to do with one of your children, and you don't want to because you still got this daddy thing, and you'll always be daddy, but sometimes the decision that we make could save their life. You're a good father. Don't ever let nobody tell you you're not. Not even your children. You're a good father. You're a great father, actually. Okay? You are. So let that burden lift up off of you. Just let it go. Because you are. Yeah. They lucky we ain't married. Because they be mad at me. They would say, your wife get on my nerve. Your wife get on my nerve. But baby, who? Yeah. I don't play. We don't play those games. You're going to respect mine every way. You're going to respect mine. But that's for another day. I ain't trying to tell. I ain't trying. Yeah, people be meddling. They be out in the business, and before you know it, yeah. So I'm gonna cut that off right there. Okay. So anyway, y'all. Anyway. So again, we are out of here. I love you guys, and remember, no matter what the test, you welcome, boo. No matter what the test, always do your best.